Amy Payne. I find it interesting the way that this process is progressing, because we're moving through a spectrum of intellectual and character traits as these names are coming up. I didn't organize these, but it's kind of neat. We started with Ginny at Maxi Bounce, and then moving through to the deeper and more intellectual individuals, greater intensity, more grit. I tend to be on the gritty end of the pool as these things go. I don't have a lot of bounce, but when it comes to push, that tends to be where my strength is. And in a similar way, you have that same character. Your idea when it comes to learning of swordsmanship is, okay, now, this is the motion? Right, I'll go do it 1,000 times. Do me a favor, spot me every 250 or so, make sure it's right. And yeah, that's exactly what you're supposed to be doing, exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And you don't grump, you grump, but mostly you're grumping at yourself, and I'm not sure what you're grumping about because you're keeping yourself busy mentally while you're doing your reps, and every so often you come back and you check your form's good, and you move on. And as an instructor, it's kind of nice because I just do a walk by, take a look, okay, looks good, and move on to somebody who needs more help than you do. And every so often I'll come over, touch you lightly on the shoulder, and your form completely corrects, and I move on. You're a neat person and a great student. You're dedicated, clear, have a laser-like intensity on your focus, and it gives you strength. Well done.
Thank you.
Certificate of completion. Let this document and its attached signatures stand witness that Amy Payne has, through consistent effort and dedication, completed Aegis Consulting's Western European Swordsmanship Program's intermediate module. In our company, let her be respected as an adept and trained practitioner of this noble art. Don't kick the basics too hard.
Aww.
Front and center, Colin Mars. Colin, we talk about the giving that the students offer to the school. Not only have you been working in your particularly quiet and dedicated way towards your own progress in tactics and in intermediate swordsmanship, but you also volunteered several evenings over the course of the first something like 2 months of the semester to work on ground combat with the upper specialties class because of your background in jiu-jitsu. Thank you for your time and your effort and for pounding their heads into the ground until they actually demonstrated some aggression. It really is appreciated because they won't do it with me. Seriously, it's a huge, huge help. Thank you. Thank you also for letting them have an opportunity to dabble in the sports side of the game so that they could see what I'm talking about when I say, okay, well, this is the way that you do a takedown, but this is where you kill. We are not a sports school, and I am very grateful to you for your insights that you have shared with the other students. You've got a considerable amount of background in a half dozen different terribly interesting areas, and you never hesitate to share. An example of this kind of thing is that when we were talking about new classes and the like 6 months ago, one of the things he said is, oh, how about improvisational guitar? Okay, well, what's that mean? I don't know, but I can probably teach it and it'll look good. Like, okay, yeah, let me make a call and see who's interested. We didn't get quite enough people. And I really wanted that because I wanted to take that class. I don't know how to play any instruments, and that sounded like a good way to get my feet wet. This is the kind of contributions that you're making to the school, and I'm grateful to you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your character, your intelligence, and acquired humor with us. Well done, sir. Certificate of completion. Let this document and its attached signatures stand witness that Colin Mars has, through consistent effort and dedication, completed Aegis Consulting's Western European Swordsmanship Program's intermediate module. In our company, let him be respected as an adept and trained practitioner of this noble art. Well done. So, my dear combined intermediate class, what do you have for us today? What sort of mayhem do you intend to enact?
Mayhem?
Mayhem!
I defer to those who are in fighting shape.
What you do?
Yeah, what the hell? I'll get wailed out. That's cool. Yeah, sure.
So what's going to be?
Score, double elimination round robin.
Okay.
And I think that we can only take care of the manor until August. Yeah, that's true. We want it moved across the country. That's true.
I didn't even know that because the other half of my class is good. But
Well, we can see who wins. Yeah, we didn't bring our banner either. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
most of my stuff is being stored over the summer, so I think if it's okay, I'll decline to hold on to your copy of the banner.